Yeah.
Take two.
Take two. We kind of sat down and
Had a little discussion.
yeah, we did a little trial run.
Yeah. Yeah, now I want to watch a horror movie. I was the end of what's that movie where the guys break into the people's houses? The two they look like preppy guys and they tie them all up. What was that movie called? The Others? No. You ever see that? They're like wearing tennis uniforms. They remade it. No?
Did you see?
It was a good horror movie. Cause it was
I've been watching like a lot of horror movies
you got
lately.
Shudder app?
Do I have Shudder app?
Yeah, that Shudder. That's the app where it's just horror movies and stuff.
No.
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I was trying to figure out the name. It's a very. I mean, a lot of these movies are like this, but the one I think Ryan Reynolds is in it or something. It's a remake.
Okay.
But it's a family that goes to a house that is haunted, or like, and then
House on Haunted Hill or no?
But it's I feel like there's an address in it or
Amityville Horror.
There
we go.
Yeah, and it just possesses him.
Yeah,
and
that's a real place.
Okay.
Yeah, the house.
Have they done like ghost hunting?
Yeah, the house is real. Like that's really like a really it actually happened.
You know who? Jack Osborne, is that Ozzy Osbourne's son?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, he got into ghost hunting with his wife. Like he has MS and.
Hold on, he's married?
Yeah, he has.
That's the most shocking part.
He has like 2 or 3 kids or something.
What?
Too. Yeah, I mean his life changed.
He's the normal one.
I mean, compared to who?
His sister.
Yeah, I don't.
His dad.
His sister. Yeah.
His mother. She's not unnormal. She's in like a hot seat right now, I guess.
Oh, is she?
She took the side of the Australian guy who freaked out because they were saying stuff about the royal family.
Oh.
And she took his side. I don't remember his name, but she and everyone was like, "Oh, she says mean stuff and behind the cameras," and I was like,
"Yeah."
So
the only headline I saw lately was like, "I'm tired of being a judge on those reality voice shows or something." She's like,
Sharon?
"No more talent shows, please."
Oh, yeah, no, I guess she's on a talk show, and they're now trying to get her canceled from the talk show because they said she says mean stuff behind cameras. And I was like, yeah, don't we all?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a witch hunt.
Yeah, a British witch hunt.
British witch hunt. They are different.
The original ones, right?
Yeah, I think they're different. I think so.
Yeah, they hunt with the pitchfork in the left hand.
They fly their brooms on the other side. All right, cool. It's good to know. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So movies. Theaters are open. AMC's back.
Oh, it is?
Apparently, because everyone's making... I want to see that new movie with Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody?
Yeah, I just saw some, like, sponsored ads for that. And it looked... I forget what the gist was, but it looked like he was playing, like, a tough guy. Yeah, he was like a Liam... No.
No. Apparently, the guy who made John Wick made this one.
Oh,
so
dope.
it's kind of maybe in the same world, but he's a retired John Wick. He has a family. And he gets back in the game by accident or something like that.
Oh, that sounds like a great... And it's funny because, like, I don't think of Bob Odenkirk as like a...
Exactly. That's why it's
like
like Nobody.
He's like, he's a dad bod or something. Yeah.
It's all that. It's all that where you're like, oh, and he's, I was like, that's a good... So I think it's one of those few that's like, it's only released in movie theaters. It's not at home.
Oh, I know, like, HBO Max and some others...
Have been doing the home stuff.
Yeah. But not Nobody.
Not Nobody. Apparently that one's like, no, we're going to theaters. You better come see this. Some other movies have been doing that during the pandemic to make you consider it. And then, like, what Wonder Woman was HBO and at the theaters.
Yeah.
But this one's like, no, just theaters. We got to see.
I'd go to a theater to see that, I think.
I probably would. Like, I didn't see Tenet at the theaters.
Oh, I need to see Tenet still.
Do you like his movies? What's his face? The Inception guy?
I couldn't name. Oh, Inception.
He's also one of the Batmans, or he did the last two Batmans.
I think I'd probably enjoy it. I mean,
his movies are always kind of like, they make me have to think, and his audios are terrible. That's all.
Oh, his audio?
Yeah, remember when Bane, you've seen the Batmans.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's complaining, like, I can't hear what Bane's saying with that mask on.
Isn't the point not to be able to understand?
I thought you were supposed to maybe understand. He's making all those long prophetic. Yeah.
Is that when you end up watching with subtitles, and then you can...
Yes. That is exactly what that is.
You're like, I have to think by Googling the script.
What did he say? Yes, that's one of those. I thought Inception had the same problem, because everyone, when you went to go see Inception at the theaters, everyone's issue was every time that loud it would muffle out what the hell they were saying. What the hell did they just say? I can't hear it. So I guess he had the same problem with Tenet. People were like, there's parts where they're talking and I can't hear it. He has a bad sound mixer guy.
Yeah.
But
welcome to the world of the hard of hearing.
I think he's trying to see if we are deaf. It's like a speechception or audioception. He's just testing
our I want to say reception, but
he's testing our sixth senses.
Our antennas. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like I had recently one of my coworkers. He recently just rewatched Inception, and he was now realizing that I guess that little top wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio's thing that brings him back. That was his wife's or something, and his ring was his. And I was like, I didn't even.
Yeah, there's so many small details of some movies that you're like, oh, well, maybe you watch it once, and then you look at reviews, and then you're like, oh man, people really read into this.
Yeah, I'm not a good rewatcher of films. I am a one shot. I'm like, all right,
Did you? I'm big on this movie because I had a good time watching it, but
you don't say a cameo, but
I had a cameo. It was called Hole in the Ground. It was an Irish film about like a changeling, like this little kid got swapped out.
Funny, I have that in my Amazon queue. I have not watched it. Go on, because I want to see. It was good.
I enjoyed it, but I also watched it like in VR with like a headset on. And like,
wait, what?
I watched it in this fake. It was like a fake movie theater where you could watch pirated movies. Like everything's free.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
I didn't end up watching it with anybody,
right.
And it was like. It was weird because I had this weird sleep schedule, and I woke up at like 4 a.m. and watched it around 5.
Okay, so prime time for horror.
Yeah, and I was like a little bit tripped out, and it was just some really scary scenes, kind of. But
I mean, I saw the trailer. It looks interesting. Like the little boy's wearing suits and ties, like and her son. And he comes back, and it's not him, right?
Yeah, but she can't really tell.
Okay,
and it's like this woman's like. Home alone, single mom. So it's like you're relating to her being alone
with this
kid, and
well, it's like I liked that movie Orphan with that little girl, and it's a horror film. You find out later she's like spoilers. You find out that she's an old woman who has that what you talk about, Willis disease.
Yeah,
and she's never grown up, so she looks like a little girl, but she's actually an old woman.
Andy Milonakis disease. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same thing, right? It's the same guy. And then I was also a fan of what's that movie with Macaulay Culkin where
Home Alone?
No, the one where he's the creepy stepson or the good son.
Party boy? I don't know.
The Good Son. You never seen The Good Son with him and Frodo?
Oh, Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're like little kids, and you find out like he's a sociopath. He's killing cats.
Oh wow.
He's trying to kill people. Yeah, I was like, all right, so creepy little kids, always. So I might watch that today.
I also watched another European film that was like it was about this
European
this couple that wanted a house.
Okay.
And
Europeans can't have those.
And this real estate agent's like, check out this community of houses.
And they get lost.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
I've seen
that one. That also rings like in my head. I also live with like a 4-year-old, but I think of that moment where the kid wants breakfast and he won't stop screaming.
Oh yeah, and how fast is he growing up? Is he immediately?
It's pretty quick.
All right, so then eventually he'll go out of the house, and then you'll get. No one's seen this movie. I know which movie you're talking about because that movie's they can't leave the area. They keep trying to drive.
Yeah, it's like a loop. It's like
it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. That was a thriller because you were like,
what's going on?
And then the guy gets cancer and dies, and then or whatever.
And then the kid becomes the agent for the new guy.
Yeah. He's like a frog.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Did you see?
They were aliens. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it was like, but his throat swelled up, so it looked like it was like some kind of frog alien.
Yeah, but they never show the alien. I like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think they ever showed the alien. You just knew they weren't human after a certain point, and you're like, this is some sort of chamber. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
I feel like we're giving this movie too much publicity. We don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, I could see the cover of the video case.
So can I, but I can't think of what it's called. I feel like it was one of those A24 movies.
Did you ever see the movie The Platform?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Spanish movie?
Is it Spanish?
Yeah. You're talking about the one where he's starting the bottom level and it slowly goes up?
Or they start somewhere. There's like 1 to 200.
Yeah, that was a Spanish movie.
It was?
Yeah, but from Spain.
But it was...
You can watch it dubbed. It was on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw it with English. Okay.
Yeah, you can watch it dubbed, but it was a Spanish movie.
They dubbed it well then.
I mean, Spanish is very similar to English.
Okay.
Yeah, if you move your mouth, it's like little Muppets.
Just maybe that's why that part where he was like, obviously, it's like that part was so funny.
Yeah, it's weird. I have to be in moments of pinkies up. Like I have to feel fancy, and I'll watch movies with exactly. And I'll watch a movie with subtitles and be like, oh, look at how worldly I am being. So that was one of those movies where I watched it with the Spanish audio English dubs.
The other part of that movie was the Panna Cotta is the message. That I watched it with some other people. That's another movie I watched in VR.
Yeah,
and
with people this time.
With people this time, and I was like talking about T-shirt design, and I was like, "Oh, make a T-shirt with that on it." But I never.
I mean, it's still time. It's not.
Oh yeah.
You probably missed the window of people just being like, "Oh my god, it's a shirt from that movie that's out."
Yeah, it was mostly an inside joke, and then that couple I was watching movies with stopped watching movies together. So
with VR.
Yeah, VR.
A couple was watching movies in VR together. They don't do that anymore, or they're not a couple anymore.
They're still a couple, but they just hang out at at clubs,
theaters.
VR clubs that play
there's a whole
house music or whatever.
What?
Or I forget what genre of music it is.
Seattle's weird. What are you talking about? There is a couple that is VR clubbing together.
I'm in Seattle playing there. I don't know where the guy is, but the woman's in Australia, and are
there virtual people in these theaters? Like you have
yeah, it's like a world, and then you can join it, but there's a cap to the amount of people in the world you can do. Eventually
is this like MMO?
It's like an MMO, but there's no quest. It's just a virtual lobby, an infinite lobby.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's
this is Ready Player One. I've seen this.
It's basically the safest sex.
This is Ready Player One. I've seen this.
Yeah, it's Ready Player One.
That movie with Bruce Willis.
Just worse graphics. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Surrogate.
Oh yeah, I like that.
There's another one with Gordon.
I don't mean to be referring back to movies. I just feel like they're so relevant in this scenario. This is.
Yeah, it's like a word association.
Yeah. They have virtual gyms. You guys work out, and you guys have
I've seen somebody doing burpees in a headset in front of a virtual mirror, but I mean, you have to have a big play area.
Oh,
I mean, and you're also risking
damaging
the cord that comes. I mean, there are cordless headsets, but you're still risking damaging your equipment. I actually was dancing the other night. I didn't have leg trackers, so my bottom half's just kind of maybe shifting a little.
That's not terrifying.
But I'm you can see my hands I'm holding some kind of
it's terrifying.
Ball that's shifting colors and.
Were you in a club?
I was in some club that somebody designed that.
In the virtual world. In
the virtual world, I was with the world designer, and they actually live west of Burien near Normandy Park.
Were there other people?
There are other people. Yeah.
So were there people who had the bottom part moving, and then people who also had the same problem as you, and then there was probably dudes who were
Yeah, there was only 6 people there. So.
I mean, but it's fake. You could just add more AI NPC people.
You can add AI people. You can probably design people in there, but I don't.
God. It's terrifying.
But I haven't seen the AI move inside.
We need a solar flare.
Solar flare.
Yeah, we need to just what? This is terrifying. I'm worried about I'm a Skynet person. I think it's possible.
Oh yeah.
I know the company exists now. Yeah, it's like somebody like turned they are a tech company and they changed the name to Skynet. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you? But I think they're in Austria. They're in Europe somewhere, like Austria or something.
Yeah.
But it's like they're like, yeah, we do this. I'm like, why? But so you telling me this, I'm like, all right. So we are at the precipice.
Yeah, we're hanging out in
virtuosity.
People are just like on
virtual insanity.
Uncensored.
Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully this deadly virus goes away and we can go back to being normal.
Yeah.
And then we can go out and do this clubbing stuff in actual places.
We can do the VR outside.
Do they have outside VRs?
Well, I'm sure you can just extension cord.
Oh, well, one of the casinos had that VR thing right before.
I've seen it in malls and stuff.
Oh.
All
right. See, I could do that. I feel like I miss the malls. That was a good place to go see the human zoo.
Yeah, go get a Julius.
Jamba Juice.
yeah, Jamba Juice.
Orange Julius was good too. I'm not.
Red Mango.
Ooh, Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Mm-hmm. I guess all these things we're saying doesn't not exist. We're just. We could still go. You just wear a mask like Batman.
I ate in a restaurant for the first time yesterday in a while.
I got to sit down.
Yeah, it was a very vacant Greek place up like way north.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got a gyro. It was like,
wow, you are.
I just was like really hungry, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get a gyro.
Let me get a Mediterranean taco.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I can't hate. I love Mediterranean food.
Yeah, I worked out later, and then I was like, do I smell like red onion?
A little tzatziki.
Yeah, I guess I don't worry about garlic. I just worry about like,
the onions. Which one's more pungent?
Yeah.
They're basically like brothers.
Yeah.
Garlics and onions. Potatoes, squash. Wait, no. What
in sign language, this is apple, or you can do an A, but apple, and then this is garlic. No, this is onion because it makes you cry. And then I've seen garlic at the nose because it smells.
All right. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that's the most sensible of the languages. The ones where you use your hands.
It's visual. Yeah.
Like I like when they, hand job.
Yeah, hand job. There's probably many ways to do hand jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like it's a good one. It's like someone's mentioning like there are no longer cars with this, being built, but that's still the gesture to tell someone to roll down the window.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're like, this doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. You're like, what am I looking at?
Oh, if you do the other hand as the window classifier.
Great. Now they think you're just sit down. Yeah.
You're like, do you need or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but this still, maybe humans are very simple. Maybe we're not as
yeah. I mean,
or complex as.
Who's saying we're complex? No.
The
newspaper.
Is there a How to Be a Human for Dummies book?
There should be, I guess.
You would think that would be a common thing. Like, everyone complains about there's no books. There's not a good book on parenting.
Yeah, is there not? Well, there's probably lots of books on parenting, but are they good?
It depends on what, you want to morph that person into being, I always enjoyed doing it again. Little Giants. You ever seen that movie? Little football kid. They're all little kids playing football with Ed Helms. The dad from...
Maybe in passing, if it was on TV or something.
He had a son where he's like, every night I massage his muscles with evaporated milk, and he makes him do push-ups, and he had him carrying fridges. He's like this really good linebacker.
Huh.
And I was like, yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to turn him into this brainless machine and just destroy stuff.
I went to a chiropractor once who claimed that he adjusted his son a bunch, and his son, like, knowing no other life, was just like, I didn't know I could feel this good.
Right.
And I'm like, what is he has no reference point.
No, not at all.
He wasn't born with a chronic spinal injury or something.
No, he's just that whole time. It's interesting to think about that. Like, there are lots of people where you're like, they're just sheltered to the point of perfection, I guess. That's what they would be. That's what they assume. You're like, no, I'm fine. Isn't this normal? Then someone picks on them in the playground. Then they learn that they have deficiencies and insecurities, and then you can market to them and try to patch them.
Are we talking parents still?
I don't.
Okay.
I was talking about VR now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Were we talking about cops or something? Something more. Something.
We were talking about some kind of
Policing.
I think vaguely.
Jesus, it's cops, guys, get out of here. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. We're in a weird time.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. Especially in Seattle. I mean, maybe not especially, but that's where we are, so it's like...
Because we're at the epicenter. We were ground zero for like, the virus is here, everyone.
Yeah, us in New York.
Everyone panic.
And now it's kind of like, oh, everybody can get shots in May.
I just, I might go a little controversial.
Yeah.
The virus, I just don't think it needs a marketing department if it was an actual virus.
For getting the vaccine or just
no, I mean
just being like, hey, it's a virus.
Like when you look at the old virus plagues and pandemics, you knew this thing's deadly.
Yeah.
This one's kind of like,
Well, it's like we have all this media covering it, right? And then it's not as prevalent.
Well, it's not as deadly. They just don't like the fact that it's I keep forgetting the word. Like, it's a contagion. Like, it's hard to control it.
Yeah.
And their concern is the after effects. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Right. And then the more people that get it, the more it mutates. And then
we become big. Like, we'll have the humans that have the giant brains, and then they can go to space. Then you have the mutants people who, like, lose their sight and they become underground people. And, like, I was like, yeah, come on. This is how the X-Men started? Why are we so...
It just made me think of another movie, but
right, see, it just happens.
The Cloverfield Lane movie with John Goodman in it.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That was pretty amazing.
That was a pretty good movie.
It had me guessing. Like, what is
the whole time? I like that.
What is going on? And then in the middle of it, he brings out those like vats of acid, and I'm like, man, I've never seen that in a movie. Really, it was great.
What, to get rid of the dead bodies? So
he's like, we got these vats of acid to melt the body,
You can't contaminate everyone else in the building.
And you don't know what's happening outside.
Yeah, he can't just leave it there to rot.
And then the last 20 minutes of the movie, it's like there's aliens, and it's like, this is a different movie now.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, I guess there was a follow-up to it. There was like a show, Cloverfield...
like a TV series.
Yeah, but it was like a short, like a limited series on Netflix, where you're with the astronauts in the Cloverfield universe, and they get to see what was happening from space to see.
Cool.
But everyone said it was bad.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I was like, oh man, I like the first Cloverfield because I liked the little, at the time, found footage was a thing, and then you had the Cloverfield Lane, and then that movie that came out with John Krasinski, the aliens hear noises.
Signs?
No. The sequel just came out with the mom was pregnant, and now they're trying to run away from the same creatures, and if they hear you...
Oh, the one that... Yeah, that's...
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though.
There's a deaf person in it.
Yes. I
didn't see that movie.
Well, those were supposed to be Cloverfield movies, but then they got to a certain point, like, these are different aliens, I guess. And I was like, that would have been a cool part of the universe. Like, none of the aliens are the same. They're just these weird creature things.
Did you see Hereditary?
No.
I didn't either.
Okay. I was going to say I want to, but
yeah.
Every time I should hit play, I go, it'll still be there, and it's, of course, on one of the apps where if you take too long, it's gone. You're like, fuck, I missed it.
Right.
Yeah, now I got to pay, and I don't want to pay you extra money.
I haven't, I always, like, I want to torrent, but I haven't.
I always have friends that do.
Yeah.
And then they always want to watch stuff that they've pirated. So then I get to enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Right. I got some movies from some friends. Actually, at the beginning of the pandemic, Well, he came over with his hard drive, and then I should have copied the whole thing, but I like picked and choose for like an hour, which was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But
did you burn through all those movies?
I watched, and then I even some of them that I was able to edit. I did a little best of like some clips of maybe old favorites like what's that?
Manchurian
Hunter
Candidate?
S. Thompson movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I like
Dazed and Confused and stuff like that.
that, and I can't even remember.
Wayne's World. Maybe.
I didn't cut that up, but that was probably there. I think I looked at it. No, but I finally watched Avatar.
The which
blue,
one?
The blue people.
The blue people?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was kind of fun.
What was your review?
It was like Ferngully, but like.
Okay, you say Ferngully. I tell people Last of the Mohicans.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen that.
No, it's the guy. He's a soldier in the army in America. I don't remember when, and he ends up getting left behind, and then the Mohican tribe saves him, and he becomes one of them. And then there's a fight between him and his old unit or something, and it was all right. It was one of those early '90s movies.
Yeah.
You know, it was all right.
It wasn't animated.
No, it was not animated, but it's the same sort of premise. Like, I'm with the natives now. And you're like,
right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those.
There's this. I've been taking sign language for like 2 years, and there's this semi-famous or this famous deaf guy named C.J. Jones, and he's helping Disney and Avatar like develop the language for because they're gonna have some kind of signed language in the sequel.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not as weird as Elvish.
Yeah.
From Lord of the Rings and stuff. That
right.
Had, Klingon or whatever.
Yeah, Klingon.
Yeah. So, yeah. The funny story for me about Avatar is I also didn't see it when it was out.
I remember seeing somebody on a plane ride for wherever. Watching it on a laptop, and I'm like, oh, fancy.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, why would I waste my 2.5 hours on that?
Everyone's giving it like it's so amazing. 3D's. Yeah, I didn't see it until I was in a loony bin. It was on like TBS. It was like.
Was it in like a group room or something?
Yeah, it was in a group room where it just was on the main TV. I was like, yo, I finally get to watch it. Sit by the remote so no one else tries to change the channel. Like you're in prison.
Yeah.
I'm watching this.
Did somebody try to mess with you?
When I was trying to watch this? No, luckily I was not alone, and I've not seen Avatar, Don't Touch the Remote. But I was the one initially were like, oh my God, it's on, and I changed it to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to finally get to watch Avatar.
And some other people were like enjoying it.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, one of the best things about being my stay was no distractions, basically. I couldn't check my phone while I'm watching a movie. I just had to.
Right, and that's like the source of entertainment.
It was fine. I was like, oh man, this reminds me of my youth.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
How old are you?
34.
Okay, you're a year younger than me.
Okay.
All right, so. Yeah, so back in the day when we were growing up, there was no
yeah,
supercomputers in our palms.
You watch a movie, then you have like a meal or something.
Well, you watch the movie, and if you're with people, you guys can converse about what you just saw. You can ingest it.
Yeah.
If it was trash, you just discard it. Then you have a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you rewind the movie.
Mm-hmm. The little tape deck thing you put it.
And then you like go return it, but then you can if you want, you can go to Bartell's.
Is there a late fee?
Yeah. Is there a late fee? Do you have to pay it now, or can you leave it on the account? There was the video store.
I watched that.
What?
If you're going to talk about the last Blockbuster.
Oh no! I was just gonna say that there was a video store that they would have a warning not to leave the VHS tape in your car, and they had a dramatized melted VHS tape on the counter.
This is what it looks like.
It was like,
this is your VHS on drugs.
This is it left in a car at 80 degrees for 6 hours.
This VHS is on crack. Look at that. Smashed it with a pan.
Yeah. The tape is pulled out and cut up.
Yeah, you're born and raised up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I moved up here from Colorado, so my local because there's always that local video store. It's not the chain.
Yeah, ours was called we had Crazy Mike's, and then we had Premiere Video.
Okay, you got the one that wants to be a chain, and you have the one that's like, this is a mom and pop shop.
And then Crazy Mike's turned into Hollywood Video.
Then that's how they die. Yeah, and ours was Video Buffs.
Huh?
And Paramount or Panoramic or something where it's like film word videos. But Video Buffs was the one I like to go to because it had that curtained room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the curtain room where you're like, I can't wait till I turn 18. Yeah.
I delivered pizza to the exotic videotape place on like First and University or whatever. There was someone downtown.
Is that the one with the it's not the one with the mannequin in?
There might be, like right inside.
I think so. I think
it was down from the Seattle
dressed up.
Seattle Art Museum. It was like a block further east.
I feel like there's like 3 adult videos stores since I moved up here, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that. There's like one somewhere in North Seattle somewhere, and then I know there's one near there's like a strip club, like it's like a dude strip club, like Stallions or something.
Yeah, there's Centerfolds in North Ballard or whatever. Yeah,
there's like one there. I'm like, this is, it's not a Lover's, it's not a chain. I don't know why. I like appreciate the little mom and pop shop trying to make it in this realm where you're like, I don't.
Yeah, I think the first time I bought condoms was at like the Love Zone or something, or it was in Blue Ridge.
Okay.
Up near, Centerfolds.
You're just trying to avoid being in the Walgreens where they can't price. We need a price check.
I even to this day I feel like it's so embarrassing
to get condoms.
To get condoms,
really?
Or
I feel like after 2004, I thought that stigma was. When did Superbad come out? 2005. I feel like after one of those, it was kind of like that guy's getting some. It wasn't the. You're fucking.
Yeah, maybe if I was already having sex, then it wouldn't be like embarrassing. But if you're like kind of planning on it, you're like banking on it, and you're just trying to be prepared, then I have this like.
Okay.
I just need to get through the anxiety.
Yeah, no. Yeah, probably. But now I'm thinking about it. You were doing you were preloading the event. You were like in hopes. The problem is that every time you see them, you go like, "Damn it, I need to be out there using these because otherwise they're gonna expire." They're like eggs.
Yeah.
It makes me feel bad. I spent all that money. Now these are gonna go in the ocean. Not even used.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna throw them away. At least then you tie the knot.
Yeah.
Set them on fire or something.
Yeah. Go have a campfire somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Just throw your little sperm bag into the into a barrel. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, it was interesting times when I'm thinking about like going to I think my first time, I think I just went to like a CVS or a Walgreens. I was just like, yeah, but I was doing it in a this person is there.
Yeah, no, I did that I think in the initial time. Yeah, they were there, but I was a little young.
Okay,
I was like 18.
We're gonna use this whole box.
I was young to go in a sex store, yes. And then the woman behind the counter was kind of made fun of me a little bit.
Okay, all right. So there's a little bit of shaming going on there. She was like, "Ha, these little young whippersnappers over there trying to get his meat wet."
Yeah.
I think I wasn't embarrassed in a sex shop until I went there with looking for lube with the person because I was like, well, we're trying other locations.
Yeah.
And we need something.
They let you squirt it in
right?
Your
yeah,
hands.
They squirt it in, and then you're go like, oh, I thought this one's fine. No, you need the water base. The other one, and you're like, oh man, I'm learning so much about this.
Yeah. Don't use silicone.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use a silicone toy or something.
All that. I was like, this is way more than I want. Who? And then someone made a business out of this.
We have a funny story about. Well, I don't know if it will really deliver, but I worked at a pizza place, and we'd barter pizza for food, but the sex toy shop across a block away.
I'm liking where it's going.
They brought over a little like doggy bag of like sex like lube and like a teeny vibrator thing,
and little dick one.
Yeah, like a teeny little like bullet.
Yeah.
And nobody really took the bag home, so the owner was like, "What the hell is this? We're not gonna trade
What are you guys doing in here?
Pizza for
you guys
this
jerking off on the pizzas?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that works. I mean, it would have been more effective if they'd probably made it more of a like a Halloween thing, brought it into like a pumpkin bowl with all the stuff, and like, this is for you guys. Thanks for that pepperoni.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't use it all in one bang or whatever they.
Yeah.
Thanks for cheese bread.
Yeah, thanks for the cheesy bread.
Mm-hmm. Here goes the dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been. Now I'm wondering if there's a cheese bread dildo.
Like an erotic pizza place.
Well, I've always, my father always told me never eat food from a woman's fridge if you don't wash or cook it. So, I'd be, I feel like there's lots of items that could be associated as sexual equipment. And now I'm wondering if cheese bread is one of those, because I've seen the ones with like a fist. There's like the alien ones.
Yeah. I don't know.
They use shower heads. I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't get in.
We shouldn't go this direction.
No, it's fine. I was just thinking about, fleshlights. Like, for a while that was getting mocked. And now I'm just thinking about it. I was like, there's a lot of things that women were just using just left and right. Now there were guys getting mocked because they were like, you got a fleshlight.
Kelsey Cook has a joke about using her mom's like curling iron or the handle of it or something.
Oh,
but she had it was a latex reaction. Anyways,
I was gonna say, was it plugged in?
No.
Yeah, good, because that'd have been hot.
It would have been temperature wise. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's right.
I drove by.
It smells like Arby's in here.
I drove by a pizza place yesterday. I was compelled because it was a burger place, but then it said pizza.
Okay.
And then I ultimately parked there and decided not to eat there because I was like, I want a burger, but I don't want to smell pizza.
Okay.
And I also felt like their burgers would be lacking because it seemed like their pizza was better than their
two
burgers.
Distinct items.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't just.
I'm glad this is where you're going, where you parked and not decided to go in the room. Like, and then I walked in and they were just fucking all the pizzas. And I was like, no, where'd you go?
Yeah. It was a swingers club.
Yeah,
called,
there we go.
Pizza. Subs and pizzas.
Whew, there was no children in that basement of that pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that was where.
In the attic, though, there was plenty of.
Pizzagate number 2. I found it. No, the pizza.
And Bill Clinton was behind it.
The whole time. The pizza and burgers are kind of similar to me because I don't know if you remember at Laughs in when it was in Kirkland, they used to be by that the place, the bar or whatever. I don't remember what it was called, but they used to have burgers, and it was a standard traditional bar. But they also had, it used to be an old pizza place, so they still had pizza ovens.
Oh, cool.
So you could order pizza from there, but most people, it was,
Or like calzone or something.
Yeah, it was all this stuff. But I realized one day, because I was getting a burger, and I was like, I don't have to have a burger. So one day I was like, can you put mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, and green onions on my burger? And I was like, and marinara sauce.
Oh, cool.
They made me pizza burgers.
It's kind of like a chicken parmesan sandwich or something.
It was a pizza burger. And
Yeah.
then, you can get pizza burger toppings on your pizza now. So I was like, I feel like they are slowly...
They made that whole Mexican pizza.
They made Mexican pizza. They also did have that, if you ask, because they have if they have the ingredients.
That's nice of them if they're like,
it's off
they just don't have it on the menu, but it's like.
But they have the stuff, because you're like, well, you make pizza here, so clearly.
I did that as a kid once in like Arizona. I was on vacation, and I was like, can I get hot chocolate? And it wasn't on the menu, but they made it for me. And then this other kid at the table that was a family friend was like, how is he getting hot chocolate? And I'm like, I guess I got it.
You broke the Matrix.
Yeah.
Matrix is broken. See, that's what the chiropractor kid should have done. He should have, he was getting all the massages or chiropractic from his father or whatever. Should have been like, can I get a massage this time and not you snapping my spine? Mm-hmm. Some kids just never get that part.
I went to, I was having a neck issue, and I went to a chiropractor that uses the little jabby gun. It's like it's a.
I've never had a chiropractic.
Well,
only massages.
I've enjoyed this technique over like somebody snapping you, or like they're like, relax, because I'm gonna like do that. And it's like this thing that came out in the 70s or something where, well,
is that little punchy thing?
Yeah, like punches you. And
that's
so
a real thing? I thought someone made that for Howard Stern.
Huh. Does he do it on like naked women?
Yes, of course. Yes.
But no, I mean, basically you lay like face down, they put a heating pad on you for 10 minutes so you're warm and malleable, and then he's like bam, bam, bam.
Like
and
he's
I'm
putting
like
up drywall.
Yeah, he's like tacking up drywall
on your back,
just hitting some knots.
A little acupuncture.
And you're like, can you put on this mix, Spotify mix for me?
Whatever that. Like, I'm so relaxed right now.
Keep it on Toto.
Yeah. It rains down in Africa. Man, I miss I think I miss massage. I used to get massages there almost every other Wednesday before the whole thing, because stressed out, poor lonely guy, and any girl you're with, you try to get them like, can you rub my shoulder?
They're like, my hands are already sore.
I'm not so good. Yeah, I've been giving hand jobs the whole time. Yeah,
I'm making this handmade pizza dough and taffy for you,
right?
Like whatever's like.
But I brought that up because when you're talking about massages, I used to like getting massages from dudes. I thought they had better hand grips. Like I was like, they're just better at, like, sometimes like, I really need something to get in there. But like, I've never, like, do you think, what is it, Swedish massage?
That's just like the working out with the massage, yeah.
And then there's Thai.
I feel like they can use their feet.
Is that the one? I feel like a German one or something. It's just big old Brunhild.
I had a very thick woman, like.
See, I've never had that. That's what I was going to say.
I went out to Orcas Island, to Do Bay, which used to be like a nudist hippie commune. But this woman who worked there at the time I was there, she was like, and maybe I'm stereotyping this, but she was like a hunter too. She like
husky.
She like, well, she was a little husky, but she hunted
husky hunter
things. I don't.
She hunted men.
That's not synonymous with like having a husky dog. You can't be. But yeah,
stocky.
I had a great, like, there was some kind of release. I had a lot of tension in this elbow, and one time this dude was like massaging me. I was paying him,
right?
And and he like worked out something that, like, there was like this huge rush of blood, and I saw him again after that.
Yeah, never again.
He couldn't do it again, but that's just because he did it the one time. So
see, I've had the one massage where someone did that same thing where it's like my shoulder, and it was this. You could hear your muscle, like, it didn't pop. It was just this weird. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, what was that? But never again either. But yeah, I miss massagers now. I'm just now thinking about all the stuff I miss.
Yeah, it's probably covered in your job too, right? Well, I mean, some massage.
That's a good question. I don't know, because I am having issues accessing my work site thing. What is that? You're like,
your portal.
Your portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Again with the futures.
I had that with my. I had portals when I lived in an apartment. They're like, you could pay your rent through the portal. I'm like, of course, yes, I will. Yeah, throw it into the abyss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I miss that. I miss banks. I used to just go in there, just instead of doing stuff and transactions with the ATM, just go in there and talk to the cashier. Be like, yeah, this is... And then sometimes it's weird, like you were talking about your paranoia with the condos. My paranoia with them was that they had access to see what I had in my bank account, so I would be like, am I going to be embarrassed? Like, I don't want to go in there. So I would, if I had a good check, I'd go in there and be like, yeah, deposit this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I never got confirmation if they actually start judging people based off of their bank accounts. I never confirmed. I can't wait till it's open back up. I might go do that. I'm going to go walk in a bank and be like, you here to do any bank transactions? Like, no, I just want to talk to one of you cashiers. Just tell me what you think when you see my bank account.
I want to get another debit card printed out just because they wear down,
My wallet got ran over, so yeah.
Ooh.
During it was the worst. Trying to figure out, like, how do I get one or more of these?
Did everything get, like, compromised?
Everything. Yeah. No. So I was walking my dog. Wallet was in my hoodie, and it was at night. I didn't see it. I heard a noise, but I thought it was because we ran across the street because of cars. And I heard a noise, and I looked back. Nighttime. Wallet still was black, of course. Can't see it. So I'm on. I wake up next morning, get ready to go to work, and go, "Where's my wallet?" And I go, "No." Walk out in the street, and it's just a bunch of just broken cards. And
oh wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like it got ran over more than once though.
Yeah, it landed perfectly in that part of the street where it's just gonna keep.
Yeah.
And if it moves, it gets hit by the other side. And yeah, I've had my wallet lost in the past, and it used to be an ordeal. I gotta admit, that is one of those times where I'm glad I got a supercomputer, and I'm glad we're kind of almost in this weird techno bubble. It was like, go to the app, request a new card. Mm-hmm. All right, you'll get this in BCU's case.
I mean, yeah.
Request card, go pick up. It was like, this is the best.
That's nice, even with like.
But I didn't have any cash.
You get your new license. You don't even have to go in.
That's what I did.
They just use the old picture.
That's what I did. Exactly. I just went to the website and clicked the button, and then paid a ticket. Because the AI sometimes gets you, even though it helps you.
Oh, you have to get a ticket paid before you can.
No, I got caught.
Oh.
And since I was like, oh, I'm already here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just give the man my money.
I had a problem with I sold my last car. Oh. And then my friend who bought it sold it. He flipped it. Yeah. And it was full of drugs.
Nice. And then like this is going on. And he flipped your car?
Well, he flipped my car cuz he's a mechanic.
Oh.
And then he sold it, and then whoever got it, I was getting their toll bills for $520.
Because it still had your goddamn.
I think it was I took it all out, but it had my license plate linked, and I had to
explain.
Go to the whatever website.
DOLGOV.
Yeah.
WSW. Or
I had to get the proof of sale, and then everything's closed for in person, so I had to do the bureaucratic email, and then they had to process it for a week and send me some,
Yeah.
Anyways, that was like a minor life lesson.
But you didn't even do that.
Yeah, I got some of the fees waived, and then I was paying some of them because I didn't know my friend had sold the car.
Oh.
And I was like, hey.
I'll help you out.
And then he was like, oh, dude, I got rid of that car like 5 months ago. And I'm like, jeez.
Right? 5 months of transactions. Wait, what was your car? What is your friend?
It was a 2009 Toyota Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Which is a weird model that they discontinued.
Yeah. Well, they're discontinuing a lot of models now.
Huh?
They're discontinuing a lot of models now.
But
that was their smaller same size as a Prius, but not
kinda, and it was a hatchback. It's the same body as a Pontiac Vibe.
Okay.
But I basically drove it in bad conditions, or something was wrong with it, and I drove it, and then it caked up some carbon on the top of the motor, and so
Are you saying you're not good at maintaining?
I just.
Or you didn't care about that one?
It was just a mess up. I flubbed.
I mean, no. It's
was also as a pizza delivery driver, but.
So it was ran.
It was because a lot of it I feel like started when I was waiting to get on the freeway after I'd get off work, and I'm basically in whatever the loitering mode, and I'm not
idle.
I'm idling for 20 minutes slowly, and then it just gets warm and ends.
Oh, I just meant as far as you taking it for its checkups.
I took it to the checkups. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad at that with this car because I don't care. It was one of those cars. It's one of those cars where I needed it. It wasn't my first choice. I'm proud of it, but I'm also kind of if 2 more repairs and I've basically paid for you twice, and I don't know if I want to do that. So now I'm in this.
It's basically totaled.
It has been totaled.
Yeah.
I got it fixed because it got totaled, but my insurance was like, well, I mean, we'll pay for it to fix it. You can get another car, and I'm like, I'll just fix it because it drove me up here, but it was not my first choice. But I'm bad at maintaining it now. Mm-hmm. I think if I was living in a house, I'd be better at it because when I had a house or if I was renting or had a front yard and a driveway, I was better at it. But now I'm in a condo where I'm just
you don't have workspace.
I don't have workspace, and there's no convenient place to have any. I don't have any tools. I'm just
right
now. I gotta go pay this other person I don't trust.
Right. I have these people I trust, but they're in like West Seattle, and I live in North Seattle.
Yeah.
And I just haven't committed to switching.
Yeah.
There's a place that I was thinking of switching to because they have a funny marquee, but there's nothing great within walking distance of that spot.
Well, I'm surprised. Are you driving now still, or are you just?
Yeah. I got a new used car after that one.
Okay.
And
because I used to be a bike person, like bicycles. Because like I said, I lived on the east side. I still live in the east, but I'm in Renton now. But I was in Kirkland, and I had a roommate who was big into bikes, and I was like, man, I haven't ridden bikes since. But for a while, I was really big, and I really liked it. And I keep going, like, I want to go back and start bicycling. Like, walking's fine, but sometimes biking is just...
Yeah, I'd like to... If we had more storage... Well, I guess I could make storage, but I just need to make the investment.
Right?
And I feel like it's kind of dangerous, but if you get enough, like...
So is driving a car.
Visual stuff, yeah.
So is walking.
Yeah, I did get into roller skating in the last 4 months.
I've been seeing that it's kind of back, roller skating.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for it's officially back when the roller rinks come back.
The one in White Center's been back.
Is it?
For all of this month so far.
Really? Yeah, see, I liked roller rinks. I like those.
Me and my buddy Jack, he was just telling me yesterday, he was like, if I ever make it like big, I want to buy like a Home Depot type warehouse and make a huge
roller rink.
But
it's better than ice skating rink where you have to keep it cold.
Right, you just have to like polish this or something every once in a while. Yeah. And it depends if it's wood or linoleum, but I think wood's probably better.
Probably. But even then, you could always have two. Like, that's my linoleum building, and that's like a good business where you can come with your own. I think that was a good place for people to convene that wasn't a musical event or...
Yeah, and this one now they're at the point where they started selling drinks again, which is never good when you see somebody who's already wobbling from not knowing how to skate, and then they go in to get a beer, and then go out, and it's like, I don't know. Well,
that's why you gotta have good insurance. State Farm.
Yeah, I think there must be... When I buy my pass to get in, I don't think there's no like disclosure form. You're just like, I don't know who's gonna sue a roller rink.
Don't sue us if you hurt yourself being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of prevalent now in lots of media. So I'm surprised that you're saying that this place where you're actually there is not doing that.
Yeah, there was actually this woman who got hurt like last week.
Yeah.
And somebody
sued?
I was saying like she could potentially sue, but like somebody who was new was falling down and grabbed her and then pulled her down, and then she hurt her tailbone, and then
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
I'm just saying, if Sesame Street has disclaimers, skating rinks,
do they have disclaimers?
Yeah, because what is Sesame Street on now? It's not on PBS anymore. It's like on HBO.
Really?
Yeah. So now before it comes on, it has a little disclaimer
saying these people do not really live on the street.
Kind of like it has that stuff, and there's
Muppets are not real people.
Kind of like it's kind of like trying to.
I need to look that up.
Yeah, you haven't seen. Yeah, there was a lot of. I don't know. Like I said, back when we grew up, we understood there was not even survival of the fittest. What is that? We knew the Darwin Award. We knew Darwin was in effect.
Survival of the goldfish.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, somewhere in there. I knew that if I was going to play out in the street, if a car was coming, to move out of the way. Now a kid can stand there and tell him, like, you can't hit him, I guess.
Drive you like your kids are here.
Yeah. Well, don't tell me that.
Play like there's a speeding car here.
Or something like. Well, I was going to say, don't tell me that there's children present, because this is not going to make me slow down. I'm just going to speed up. Mm-hmm. I'm saving you money.
Even on your bike. You're just like, you get like a riot shield on your bike just to plow through.
Yep.
That's the sound of you hitting them.
Yeah, it's a little child just bouncing. Out of the way, Timmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's where we are in this part of the world. I see like a lot of the mics are coming back.
Yeah, I just saw that Flying Boots has a curtain they put up. Just between the wall and the window, or the window and the wall with the windows.
Oh,
the street
turned
side.
it the other way.
And no, they put it behind the comedian, so the comedian has a nice like professional performance backdrop.
Gotcha.
So it looks. I haven't been in there.
Me neither.
And I just scheduled something for this Thursday, so I'm not like.
I'll be there.
I'm still. It's like on my bucket list.
Right.
But, maybe in 2 weeks I'll check it out.
Try to go see how is it going. Yeah. Okay. So they finally have a backdrop. Tacoma's back, I think.
Yeah, Tacoma's been back. I heard about a show in Bremerton that just went on.
Okay.
Which, I've never taken a ferry to do comedy.
The Bremerton one? I like the Bremerton one. Well, I like the Bremerton one, but I also like this restaurant thing that's next door because they make habanero jelly.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fucking good jelly.
I know Craig Stewart just said he was talking to a bar owner or something about putting on a show somewhere, so I'll see if that's in the works.
Yeah, well, I hope it works out for all of the people in the comedy sphere.
Yeah.
In Seattle.
I think that's the best we can hope for.
Well, I would want them to be more rebellious. But,
I think when the weather gets good, they'll probably bring some comedy back to Volunteer Park.
Yeah, outdoors.
Although that stage is supposed to be torn down eventually.
To turn into what?
A better stage.
Oh, that's upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
We could also do a what's that called? Under construction shows. Just have the stuff in the background and you're still just telling jokes.
Yeah.
You could still do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is again weird. It's still not even April yet. It's still 2021 March. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Like I was telling people at my job, like a year ago we were all watching Tiger King.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
No, smart. I would don't. I
mean, I definitely
don't
have seen.
Do not.
The
memes.
What Joe looks like,
But that was a year ago. That was the last big social event before we were in lockdown.
Lockdown and watched the most weird thing on Netflix.
It was right before lockdown.
Yeah.
It was like oh, that's interesting. Like it was.
Oh, that was like the topical jokes.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, there was like, this is virus. And everyone's like, oh, Tiger King could kill this virus. Because he was supposed to be the new Stingray guy.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin. He was our new ambassador to the animals. And then this virus came. And it was like, it was a bat. It was like, why didn't Tiger King kill the bat? And then it was like, and shut down everything.
I was perusing movies to find like samples, audio samples. And I found Steve Irwin's movie that he released with his, assistant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was half, like, dealing with animals, like how he knows how to deal with them. And then half of it was, like, going after I think it was a fictional poacher. We got to get this poacher. Oh. But I ended up, that's a horrible accent, but I ended up getting the part where he was, like, holding a snake. Basically playing with a snake, and he's like, "Oh, that was going right for my thigh," and
Steve Irwin was playing with a snake at the end of this movie.
Isn't that yeah? Well, no, it was in the first part of the movie.
Oh, I thought you were saying at the end of the movie he found the snake and he threw it at the fake poacher or something.
They might have released the snake.
The movie?
I just jumped around.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't very good. See,
it was a very bad.
Oh, I mean, you know what?
I mean, okay, it was fine. If you were like,
it sounds like you're on the side of the stingray.
No.
Well, okay.
I don't know. If maybe he wanted to die. Maybe it was just time. He burned too bright.
Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Devil rays. Man. Yeah. Yeah, sports. Should be back.
we got the
Kraken.
The Kraken.
That's actually my rule. That's like I'm still in Seattle because of the Kraken. Like that was like my rule 2 years ago was I was like, I'm getting ready to move, and I was like, I'm just waiting for the hockey team. I'm gonna buy inaugural stuff and I'm gonna move. Then COVID happened. And then I was like, God damn it. So that's pushed it off a year. So I think I have to wait till, 2022 or something. I just want to see I want to go to a game. I want to get the gear.
Where do you want to move to?
Tennessee.
Okay.
That's leading the charge right now. And it was like a long series of watching stuff. Because I'm trying to... Like, I moved here initially because I knew no one. I have no relatives up here. I was just like, I just want to get out of where I was in Colorado. I was just like, I just want to leave. Like, no, you know, there's no warrants out or any children I left behind. Or,
sure.
Yeah. I don't think. I just was like, I got to get out of here. I would think I was tired. You know what it was? It was a lot of jobs I was working where I didn't want to run into high school people.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm at a bar and they go, oh, what are you up to? I'm like, you know. And if I was at a retail job, I didn't want them to ask for deals. And then if I was at a corporate thing, they would ask me for a job or, you know.
Yeah, I could see that.
It got a little overbearing, and then like it was lots of friends were moving on in their life where it wasn't even a social thing holding me there. Where I was like, I have to stay, and then I was like, I could call. I didn't even visit here. I just was like, my friend he didn't move. My friend visited here before, and told me about Bellevue because like there's two downtowns. There's two cities. I didn't know what the hell Bellevue was. I didn't know what a Kirkland was. I knew what a Kirkland was because of Costco. Like, someone was like, it's the place where Kirkland Signatures comes out. I was like, oh, I know where Kirkland, but I didn't know anything about Washington other than Seattle was where Kurt Cobain was from. And then a weird series of events happened where I watched this movie with Jason Biggs and Cedric the Entertainer.
Uh-huh.
Where it's about you guys having the monorail.
Oh, okay.
And the guy who's in charge of the transportation department was, of course, stealing the money, and people were getting mad because like the movie starts on a May Day.
The Simpsons made an episode about that.
Yeah, the Simpsons made an episode with the monorail, but I didn't realize it was based off of Seattle. I thought that was just a Simpsons episode.
Yeah,
Simpsons did it. And it's called Homegrown. I think that's what the movie was called.
Okay.
And it's this guy tries to compete with Cedric the Entertainer as the Department of Transportation board member, head. And it was like, oh, it's based in Seattle. I was like, oh, that's weird. Because I was like, I want to move. I didn't know where I wanted to move to. And then I watched this, I read a book that had nothing to do with Seattle, but there was a whole section of the book that was the person in the book was like, I'm moving to Seattle. And I was like, that's weird. And then I had a friend who lived in, Belltown?
Mm-hmm.
But he moved to Fort Collins. And I knew him from a video game podcast, and he moved there. And I was like, well, that seems like 3 signs. So I just packed up. After I looked online on Craigslist, found a job at Nintendo.
Okay.
Applied, and they said, if you can get here by this day, you know. So then I also looked on Craigslist, found a room for $500, and it was in Kirkland.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right. And that's literally how I moved up here. And then I happened to live up the street from the Laughs Comedy Club.
Hey, dude.
What's up?
We're gonna wrap up though.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm showing this dude. Sorry, on the pod.
No, that's fine.
This is great though. We'll be in a sec. We'll just chill here for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally near the end. But I was just, I literally lived up the street from Laughs Comedy Club, and I had just started doing comedy in Denver. And I was like, huh, that's serendipity? And that's how I just kept doing the comedy stuff. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird series of events.
You were doing some comedy in
Denver,
Colorado.
Yeah, I was doing it there, some shows in Fort Collins because I had a girlfriend that lived there, so I knew people. And then I was doing stuff in Denver. And then I lived in Aurora. And then I was just like, oh, that's like, that's some sort of deity, like a space fucking whatever, saying like, yeah, just keep. So I just kept doing it, and then I started meeting people in the scene, and I was one of the few people that had a car, which I didn't know was such a big thing because, people didn't like to drive.
Yeah, it's like the main staple of being a comic, really. I mean, like if you wanna be leveled up, I guess, from not having to bus it or whatever.
There's the only one I can think of who never learned how to drive is he's a friend with Adam Carolla. He had a show.
Jimmy Kimmel?
No, he knows how to drive. I can't think of his name. Norm McDonald doesn't know how to drive.
Really?
Yeah, because Adam Carolla always wants to, because Adam Carolla likes racing, so he keeps wanting to do an episode where he teaches Norm McDonald how to drive.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the only one I can think of who ever made it who never learned how to drive. He always would have someone drive for him, or he would, when he goes to do a show in the city, his contracts are always like he has to have a driver.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
I mean, that's nice that he has it in
He's
the
got
contracts.
that point where he could just drive. Like, that's the only person. But yeah, no, it worked out for me. That's why I've been to Bremerton and what's the one up north?
Bellingham.
I've never gone anywhere. Are other shows other
Olympia?
than Kent?
Olympia?
I've not. Okay, I've been to Olympia like twice for shows, but I've never like I don't. I feel like it's far, and then when I go there, I'm like that's not that bad, but my brain goes like that looks far. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Like I never checked out Olympia. I need to go there to just check out the Capitol building.
Yeah. That's it's yeah. It's
That's all I
it's
got.
an experience.
Yeah. Go find Inslee's house.
Well, I guess we should wrap up, but I appreciate you coming
No,
on.
I
It
had a
was
good
fun.
time. I got out of the house.
Would have probably pushed it another 15
That's-
minutes, if we had the time, but
I mean, we're not dying yet.
yeah, I'll have you back sometime.
Yeah. You know.
Do you want to promote anything?
I mean, other than this, I have the podcast I do with.
Oh yeah, what's your podcast?
Earful in the Emerald City.
Airful?
Earful.
Earful.
Yeah, Earful in the Emerald City.
I'll link it in the comments.
Please do. I do that podcast with another former comedian. Well, I say former. He doesn't. I don't know. Aaron Berg. I don't have any social medias. I'm banned from those.
Yeah.
It's my goal now. It's just to get banned from social media, just to get myself back out into the real world. You know?
Yeah. That's why you have a car, because you can't use Uber.
I can use Uber.
You can't use Venmo. Venmo's like they put that thing where you can see who paid who on there.
Yes.
And you can like it.
I like Zelle. I'm a Zelle person, and I use Lyft.
Yeah.
So.
I was joking about the Uber.
Oh. No, well, you said it, and I said that to you, and I realized I don't use Uber. I use Lyft. They're so similar now.
Okay,
I still got taxis.
Earful
in the Emerald City.
In the Emerald City.
Yeah, that's yeah. Otherwise, I have like a bunch of alt accounts.
Oh yeah. What they call that?
Alt tech. Like I made a Gab account way back.
Instagram.
No. Like I have like the alt tech.
Okay.
You know, like when people were talking, what's the one that got in trouble?
I don't know.
Parlor?
I do, yeah.
I never had a Parlor, but I was on Gab way back when because I just was messing with the white racist guys on there because I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I still have the account.
entertainment.
Yeah, it was entertainment. It was like, oh, and they have some good memes. I'm not gonna lie, very racist, but you know.
We'll end it on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the intro, the other screen on, and then
Outro.
and then put the outro music.
All right.
But
All right, Rob. That was a good it's a good podcast.
yeah.
You all have a good night.
Bye.